If it's not Oklahoma City, I think it's going to be Houston. Because what did Houston need this season, right? Like going in from last season, going into this season. They needed a perimeter scorer. And they needed a guy like Kevin Durant. And what did they do? They went and they got Kevin Durant. You add Max Crosby to this defense. You add DeMarvion Overshown to this defense. This team could absolutely make a run at winning the NFC. That's how good they would be. So I want to talk about the Houston Rockets because that was a disheartening loss for them. I mean, going to 2 overtimes and losing that game, I feel for Rockets fans out there because that's just never a good feeling that when you invest so much time into a game and you stay up late to watch them and you end up losing. I feel bad for you guys. But there were a lot of good things that the Houston Rockets showed in this game, right? Like, this is still a team that's going to try and find their footing because they added a player like Kevin Durant, right? Like when you add a player like that, your entire offense revolves around that player and all the opportunities that come from defenses adjusting to that player. So wait until probably halfway through the season and you'll see this offense clicking at a very high level. I still think that when you look at this team, they're still a little bit away from the standpoint of, getting Kevin Durant adjusted to the offense and having the offense adjust to having Kevin Durant there. And I do think they need to add a point guard. I didn't see much flow in their offense. If you ask me, my personal opinion, I didn't like the flow that I saw with the offense. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that you're asking guys to play a role that they're not used to playing, right? Like Amin Thompson, to me, I don't think that he's a point guard, in my personal opinion. Like, I don't think that the pass first type of point guard role is something that Amin Thompson is going to thrive in. And it's unfortunate that they lost Fred VanVleet at the beginning of the season because, that would have helped them in this game because they need a point guard bad. That's something that come trade deadline time, maybe not even trade deadline time, they're going to have to start inquiring about adding a point guard because I just think that that's what this offense needs. And I like Reed Sheppard. I don't think Reed Sheppard's there yet. I mean, second-year player. I don't know if you can start him, hand him the ball, and have him be that pass-first kind of offensive engine that you want him to be. And that's just the way I think about their point guard situation right now. They're probably going to have to go and find a guy that can be a legit starter for them. But when you look at this team as a whole, like Sengun yesterday was fantastic. He played at such a high level. I mean, 39 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. I mean, almost had a triple-double. I mean, that's incredible. And obviously, we know Alperen Sengun is a fantastic player. But man, he played at such a high level yesterday. Not only that, Amin Thompson, even though he shot 0 for 7 from 3, I mean, 18 points on 5 assists and 4 rebounds. Like, when he was in the game, because he did get hurt in this game, when he was in the game, this guy was an absolute problem, like in a good way. He was making plays happen. He was making things happen. And I just think that when you look at this Rockets team as a whole, to me, I think they're the second best team in the West, if you ask me. Like, they took this Oklahoma City team. They gave them all they could handle. And it's the first game of the season. Things are going to happen throughout the course of the season where, the Rockets are going to get more comfortable. They're going to find themselves. To me, I personally think that if it's not Oklahoma City that makes it to the finals and wins the finals, because I don't think anybody out east is going to win the finals. If it's not Oklahoma City, I think it's going to be Houston. Because what did Houston need this season, right? Like going in from last season, going into this season. They needed a perimeter scorer. And they needed a guy like Kevin Durant. And what did they do? They went and they got Kevin Durant. So that's where I look at this team and I say last year was such a step forward for them as an organization. And this year, I think they're only going to raise what they did last year. They're going to take it to another level. I know they lost in the first round, but I think, you bring in Kevin Durant and you're in year 2 of Ime Udoka. Ime Udoka to me is, All right, I'm just going to say this. I know he doesn't have any championships, but I think he's the best coach in the NBA. Like, I don't think that there is a coach that raises the floor of his team to the level of Ime Udoka. Even though Steve Kerr has the championships, I'm just talking about right now, at this moment, currently, I think that Ime Udoka is the best. Again, hard to maybe make a legitimate argument for that with some people because of the resume. But even still, like, took Boston to the finals in his first year. Then last year, he took a Houston Rockets team that was selecting third in the draft and took them to the point where they were, I think, the second or third seed in the Western Conference last year. I mean, that's fantastic. That's tremendous. If they didn't play the Golden State Warriors, they probably end up getting into the second round, and we see what happens there. But this team is super legit. They are a team that can absolutely win the West, and they're going to give anybody in the West problems. That's just the way I feel about them.